Why, hello everybody, this is Duncan Gaming speaking. And I just want to say before this video begins, by the way, is that I'm going to definitely be talking about the reasons of Blaineley, apparently, that was fired, exactly, from her reporting duties, and of course Celebrity Manhunt, and of course tagged along with Jeff and Bridget. Which, of course, by the way, I'm about to finally say it. So yeah, I'm gonna say that Blaineley was fired, but it was just only her job that was fired. Like, let's just say she isn't fired just yet. She's only gonna pretty much be appearing to be as a competitor with the rest of the other characters are. As how Chris points out, pretty much almost half of the characters at the time. Well, let's just say that Chris had more interesting things in mind for season 5 to be a bit later. Well, he's pretty much focusing on season 4 of a new season that is going to be with new contestants. However, it's going to be pretty much another island, but it's more likely going to be a replica version of Camp Wawanakwa, and pretty much it would be some bit of toxic waste, exactly. So that's probably how that's going to be the old fiddly do. So that's pretty much another replica out there, and yeah, so that's all I have to say as myself as Duncan Gaming. Like, yeah, she is completely going to be fired, but she's not leaving just yet. She's only going to be as a competitor in season 5, which is going to be a little bit of an interesting push. It's going to be all characters appearing to be in season 5. From season 1 characters, season 2, and then season 3, and finally season 4, which means it's going to be one hell of a big giant season of season 5. It's going to be my own way, or should I say my own way, of the characters not being eliminated or pretty much not completely being eliminated as much. But yes, there probably will be a new winner exactly. Not the same old. It's just going to be a new winner. However, we're going to just see what happens. However, for that way to be coming around, of course, for how Blaineley is going to be suggested to be appearing to be in one last time for season 5, and then we'll see how this will go on until Blaineley either will be arrested or pretty much be flushed to somewhere exactly. Which Chris, by the way, is not mentioning about. However, the eliminations are going to be a little bit more different and hazy, as he pretty much so-called quotes it for that point. So yeah, that's pretty much going to be another explanation on season 5, which, yes, it's going to probably be. However, it's going to be a little different with that. So yeah, pretty much. But let's just focus about that. Let's just say it's going to be one full of a conversation that, yes, she's fired from her job, but she'll continue to be back as a contestant that is known as Blaineley, exactly, which she'll appear to be with the cast members and with entire likely all the characters that are from previous seasons that are definitely going to be woven up into one big giant season 5 for the final time, that everybody all gets to pretty much retire exactly until Chris brings out a new cast for exactly. So there you go. That's just the news I want to mention about that. Yes, myself, I'm to be, am Duncan Gaming, the real Duncan Gaming here. The leader of the red team has definitely made the interesting conversation. So yeah, there you go. And hopefully you guys might as well enjoy this video. Please be sure to give this video a like and comment and subscribe and hit the bell to be notified. And don't forget that Blaineley, highly will see what she'll try to do a lot of interesting new drama that comes into that season 5, which, yes, she's going to probably do the same way as Heather's going to do, which is going to be a little bit more, I don't know, so-called differently, but we'll find out and see what happens. Interesting dialogues and with interesting interactions with most characters probably would still so to be. And yes, it's going to be an interesting count for whoever's a good guy or a bad guy, which Chris will mention that somehow, in a bit of a future kind of video that he'll mention about that part, but no worries about that. It's just a bit of hints and a little bit teeny tiny hints that could actually happen in some point or form of how the season's going to be, and for that, season 5. But yeah, that's all I want to let you all know, that Blaineley's fired, but she'll consider to be a contestant one last time. And oh yeah, what Jeff did say, or Chris said, that she doesn't have a choice to kind of get anywhere, so pretty much. And we all love the only famous quote that Chris always mentions about the contract for an ironclad, which for me, I kind of would less likely say it's a little less funny for me to think that, but yeah, pretty much. So, anyways, that being said, I'm yours truly to be Duncan Gaming, and I will see you next time. And yeah, thank you very much for watching, and thank you very much for understanding how this interesting conversation is about to be considered confirmed. That Blaineley, in my own way, is going to be confirmed to be in season 5. And pretty much the rest of the contestants from season 1, 2, 3, and then pretty much a bit of newer contestants in season 4 will also jump right in season 5 and make that a complete interesting mix. So, that being said, being said, ladies and gentlemen, I'm Duncan Gaming, and remember these 4 things y'all have to do is remember is this: like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell to be notified. That way you don't miss a single video that comes right in straight into this channel. So thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much for being patient until this video was released anyway. So that being said, this is Duncan Gaming, and highly again that yes, she was also eliminated in pretty much season 3 of Total Drama World Tour Simulator, which she did got the boot, and she got a little closer to the end, but not as far as she got kicked to the boot. So pretty much that. So that being said, thank you all very much for watching this, and that being said, signing right out. Duncan Gaming is signing off, and bye-bye, and see you next time.